Approximately 200.
Okay. I'd say this is a 10 out of 10 turtle habitat.
Yeah, 100%. And it ended up being a habitat for all kinds of things. I mean, lizards have moved in here, small snake. Yeah, this is bullet tooth Tony. He's the one that was shot in the head. Somebody caught him fishing.
So who's that coming at us?
That one's name is Butthole. Because it hatched out without a tail and it only has a butthole.
Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. And you would never guess it, that in this nice little neighborhood, right over here, is a turtle haven. Greg's turtle haven, to be exact. There he is.
Oh, you gotta get this right here.
Oh, I love it. So Greg, 2 years ago, I was here with Ed. We went and hung out and had a great time catching alligator snapping turtle. We got a alligator snapping turtle, and went out at night, but that's kind of your thing. And then we designed at that time an awesome Aquascape ecosystem pond that's in the back.
Yep.
All right,
let's go take a look at it.
Let's go check it out. And little do people know what exists out here.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all the turtles.
Ponds over here, turtles over here. This is a DIY pond.
Yeah, boy, that's the life, man.
Yeah,
those turtles got the life. Oh yeah, here they go. They're starting to come. What's up, guys?
Take it from my hand.
Isn't it cool how every turtle has its own personality?
Yeah, you get to know them pretty well over the years.
So how many turtles in here, buddy?
Roughly 30.
30 turtles.
Yeah. But that's why I'm always kind of moving things and building things. So got a tortoise hanging out right here. His name is Leo.
Of course. Hey, Leo. How you doing, buddy? Should we look at the Aquascape ecosystem, or should we get the tour of everything and then let's do that. Let's get the tour of all the other ones.
So this is like more of a swamp style pond. This has some alligator snapping turtles in it.
Nice.
It has about 1,000 crayfish in it. Lots and lots of
So the
frogs.
crayfish are for the alligator snapping turtle to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I actually will use them to feed all kinds of turtles.
Yeah, but I see like a red-eared slider here. Won't he eat the
There's a red-eared
plants?
slider in there. That one's pretty cool. He eats some of them, yeah.
So why do you have one red-eared slider over here?
Because it won't get along with anything else.
Oh, that's so funny. So there's 2 alligator snappers in here?
There's 3.
3.
So there's a blind one right there. You can see part of her shell sticking up.
Oh, I see the shell.
Yeah,
I see it right there.
Yeah, she can't see anything. She doesn't have pupils in her eyes. She has a congenital condition. She was hatched out with just no pupils. Her hunting strategy is she'll tilt her head down and wait for the crayfish to run by and just clamp down on them.
Oh, that is so cool. So
the
that part of the hazards and the dangers, would he have thought a toe was a, oh yeah, definitely thought a toe was a part of his food.
Yeah, he probably just wants to eat a toe.
No toes for you.
It's so hot, everybody's kind of hiding right now. But these guys are really cool, and they're small. My buddy in Florida hatched this out.
Oh, what is it?
It's a Russian tortoise.
Okay.
But it's a young captive bred one. A lot of these are actually imported. People are starting to captive breed them, and this way you get healthier tortoises and you're not impacting wild populations.
Greg, I can't believe you and I are friends.
I know. Well, that thing is just like I had to have a home for it, and I just parked it right there. Tortoise burrow.
Oh yeah. You bought this property with this in mind.
Yeah. I'd always wanted to kind of build just habitats in my backyard. I mean, I bought a house to have turtles.
Just think about that. I bought a house to have turtles. You see why we're friends?
I was on Zillow just skipping to all the backyard photos. So we got some Gulf Coast box turtles in a pen back here. These are Gulf Coast box turtles.
Yep.
So these are the largest box turtle in the US. And these are the form that shows up around Louisiana and Mississippi. These were...
They're probably related to the eastern box turtle. They have similar colors.
They're just like a larger cousin of the eastern box turtle. These are really cool. They're actually very aquatic. They like to spend a lot of time in water.
Okay. So how many total turtles?
Let's see. I would actually have to look at my paperwork for DNR where I do my inventory because I don't remember off the top of my head because I break it down by species. So approximately 220.
Okay.
And then down here we have a juvenile sulcata tortoise set up.
So this is a smaller version of the other guy.
Yeah.
Cutie.
And then over here is Asian tortoises, and I set this up. I wanted to utilize the bamboo because these tortoises in Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, they all live on these mountainsides that are covered in bamboo forests. So the Burmese mountain tortoise you see over there and the elongated tortoise in the corner, these guys just kind of naturally, take to the bamboo area.
So who's that coming at us?
That one's name is Butthole. Because it hatched out without a tail and it only has a butthole. It's always funny when people ask me if it has a name. That's actually a giant tortoise from Asia, so they get about sulcata size. They get really, really big. And then over here, we have a single male alligator snapping turtle. This guy was given to me by a guy in Georgia that had had him for years, and he had 2.
Wow.
He asked me to take the small one, so this is the small one that he had. Not that small, but
maybe 50 pounds?
he's about 80.
80 pounds, look at this guy.
He's pretty cool, he's pretty laid back.
Yeah.
As far as alligator snapping turtles go, but you know, you don't want to make a dumb mistake with him, so just put him back in here. And this is going to be a whole new series of habitats going up this way, so this is going to be for common snapping turtles. I'm borrowing a lot of ideas from my friend Fred Grunwald's setups.
Oh, Fred, yes.
So this will be like a multi-tiered setup for the snapping turtles, and then the next one will be a pond for Asian turtles and side net, and then up there potentially wood turtles.
So we've seen all of the do-it-yourselfer projects.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the piece de resistance, the Aquascape ecosystem pond that's been in since October.
Yes, since October. This is the dream come true. I always wanted a true riverine system. I've always told people, like, nobody will ever have a river in their backyard as a perfect habitat, and then somebody put a river in my backyard. So it works out great.
This looks spectacular.
I love this thing, and you know, I've got native fish in here. I've got native turtles in here. There's a soft shell there. There's a small alligator snapping
wait,
turtle.
is that a soft shell back there?
Yeah, that's a
That's
soft
huge.
shell. Yeah, I'm trying to get her out. There's a gar right there.
Florida gar.
Yeah, that's spotted gar, Florida gar. There's the one koi. Try and get everybody going.
And we've got a big map turtle there. What is that?
That's a big river cooter.
A little cooter, huh?
Yeah, so right now the river cooters are in here and they're kind of handling some of the plant and algae duty. So I kind of have everything balanced in that.
And the sulcatas use this and the turtles can wander around.
Yeah, so as of right now, there's no fence around it. It enables, like, you know, redfoot tortoise, yellowfoot tortoise, sulcata can come and get a drink. But eventually, when wood prices come down, I'm gonna fence this whole thing in, and it's gonna be a home for box turtles, map turtles, musk turtles. So it'll be a huge ecosystem all these different types of turtles can use.
What do we got right here? What's this guy?
That's a river cooter. They're just a plant-eating turtle that you find in rivers and...
Yeah, right there, is that a river cooter too?
Yeah, that one right there is a Rio Grande river cooter, so that's the western version.
Yeah.
You find those in Texas and Mexico. When me and Ed were talking about this and designing it, I wanted a lot of hiding places. Almost where you're standing, it actually goes up underneath there, so there's caves and overhangs, like what I'm standing on, dropping stuff on. The turtles have access to get completely underneath this rock as a shelter. As
Right.
a hide.
Right.
Here comes a loggerhead. And the fish also use it, so that was like one of the things I like when I go look for turtles in streams, is I like the overhangs and all the different places they spend their time.
I'd say this is a 10 out of 10 turtle habitat.
Yeah, 100%. And it ended up being a habitat for all kinds of things. I mean, lizards have moved in here, small snakes.
You know where my habitat is? Right here.
There you go.
Not a bad deal.
Yes. You guys came the first time, we took the hose and kind of laid out like a pattern, discussed how you need to make like elevation changes and where the filtration's gonna run. And then we started getting into replicating habitat, what rock to use, all that kind of stuff. So it was an interesting process to be able to look into that world and see how you guys do it. It doesn't take but maybe the first 2 or 3 hours you start to see the shape start to take form, and then it's just everybody fine-tuning it, leveling it. Next thing you know, you're putting in underlayment, getting that, and then you get the liner, and you start to really see the shape of the pond, and then that's when it gets really exciting. Then the rocks start coming in, and I love it. When I was watching how they do the boulders and rocks, I mean, all my ponds have been built with stuff that I can carry, and then when you see them, you know, strapping up, you know, what, like a 1-ton rock or something,
Right.
It's pretty crazy, and the precision is so impressive. I mean, all the contractors, Ed, everybody, I mean, I was blown away with the skill and the precision that everybody did everything. I mean, I mentioned one time that I like ferns, and everybody came together and just got me all these ferns.
I see them.
Working with Ed is amazing. His brain is like when you watch like CNN or, you know, a news channel and there's like this. And so yeah, Ed's brain is constantly working on just multiple things at once. He's not only thinking of the finished product, he's thinking, he would even ask me like, oh, well, how do you want this to look in terms of with the rest of the yard? What are you gonna incorporate this with later? I mean, he was taking in so many factors all at once, and his knowledge and know-how from doing this, how many years, you know?
28 years.
28 years of experience. He didn't miss a beat, and he would check in with me and say, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? That was another favorite part of mine, is I was a part of the build, even though I wasn't necessarily like driving a tractor or, you know, doing all that cool stuff. So I was impressed. Grew up with turtles. I mean, my dad had turtles when he was a kid, and then from a very early age, I was finding box turtles crossing the road. In Florida, I was, you know, observing gopher tortoises crossing the road, and so we would always help them across the road, and then sometimes we would find them, and, you know, like a lot of kids, you observe them for a while, let them go, and then I remember getting my first turtle when I was in first or second grade, and then, you know, caring for it and changing the water and learning all the things about how to care for water turtles, how to care for land turtles. It stuck with me, and I enjoyed it. I can't imagine my life without them. They've taken me places all over the U.S. I've been, you know, on the other side of the world and gone looking for turtles and found interesting people that also are into turtles, and they're truly unique animals. There's a lot going on there. One of the main things I always tell everybody is right now turtles and tortoises are the most endangered group of vertebrates on the planet. They're rapidly losing habitat. They're being eaten to extinction in some places. There's a lot of poaching for the pet trade and for food, and turtles just aren't fast enough to keep up with that. And so a lot of it is our mess, and it's our job to clean it up, and the best way to clean it up is just to create awareness and create educated people that know, maybe preserve this species. Maybe if you catch one fishing, take the hook out and, you know, release it, don't kill it or don't eat it, or helping turtles across the road. Just helping a turtle get from point A to point B crossing the road. That turtle could be laying eggs. You help that turtle across the road. Not only did you help save that one turtle, but if she lays a nest of eggs, you could have helped 10 more. So
is that a little cooter?
Yeah, so that's an adult and a yearling. They love it when I turn that extra pump on.
So they just love sitting there in the current, huh?
Yeah, and it's cool because that's a behavior I see when I go out into the wild, is you'll see that particular species of turtle will line itself up in current and pick at algae and little plants on the bottom, and that's exactly what they're doing.
In your backyard?
Yeah, but in my backyard.
So this is a dream come true, huh, buddy?
Yeah, I never ever would have imagined that this actually could happen or be possible. When I wake up in the morning, first place I go. At night, I'll come down here at 11, 12 o'clock at night with a flashlight and watch what everybody's up to. And I mean, my day revolves, you know, around this thing, and it's fantastic. So you remember this guy from before?
Is this the one we were holding?
Yeah, this is Bullet Tooth Tony. He's the one that was shot in the head. Somebody caught him fishing, and for whatever reason, I think they thought that the thing to do was to try and shoot him. I found him, and all of this was just blown to pieces, really.
And it's amazing how adaptable there. He survived.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see the depression right there.
Yeah, right there. And that affected the musculature for a while. It affected his like orientation and things like that. But
so how long have you had Bulletproof Tony?
3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
And he's been just a success story for as far as, you know, saving this guy and healing a wound that seems, you know, pretty traumatic. Luckily, their brain is really tiny and about right there. And then the rest of this is just all jaw musculature.
The brain is where?
Is right between the eyes, right
there.
See,
I learned
and it's
something
a little
new.
tiny thing.
I knew it was tiny. And you would never do this with a common snapper. That close.
Yeah, a common snapper would quickly
yes, but a
make you have
alligator snapper has the little worm appendage in there, and they just wait, and so they will only strike when really provoked. They're not going to be aggressive like a common snapper.
Right. So he lives in the pond I built over there for alligator snapping turtles, but a lot of times males, when it rains really heavy and floods, will try to like walk around to expand territory, explore shallow areas. And the first time he got out of there and found the Aquascape Pond, he decided he liked it so much, he just keeps going there all the time. So if I get like a big rainstorm, I have to come out here in the middle of the night and pull him out of the aquascape.
So he could climb out of his enclosure.
Yeah, and I learned that quickly, that he can climb out of there, so.
But he only comes out when it's a rainy night.
Yeah, and it has to be like really heavy rain, like flooding will be what does it.
And then he goes to the Aquascape Pond.
Yep.
I don't blame him. So this is the wetland filter. The water flows up through all that gravel, all those plant roots, and we get crystal clear water, as you can see. So I love the fact that Noah's here, 18-year-old kid. That reminds me of myself when I was his age, and I could task him with starting a turtle rescue at Aquascape and Aqualand. People are always bringing us turtles, mostly red ear turtles that their kids have had since they were little and now they're going to college or something. But I really want to do more for a conservation standpoint. So interacting with people like Greg, who's created a absolute paradise for turtles out here, and learning from them and then how they've done it, and then giving a young guy like Noah who wants to be a vet someday the opportunity to actually work at Aquascape and create an environment for turtles to live that's species specific, that's habitat specific. That's what I really want to get to. And this is my hobby, this is my passion, to be able to have friends like Greg that know what they're doing, and Camp Kennan and Brian Barchak and Jay Brewer and all of the people that Aquascape has worked with over the years. It's just an absolute pleasure. This is what makes my job fun doing, is interacting with cool people doing cool things. I love my job.